great. Thanks for coming. Have a seat. Now, I got some feedback from the principal that our discussion about sex, about gender, wasn't precise enough. And, well, he gave me some guidelines how to do a more thorough pass, helping you identify your gender. Okay. Is the gender that you were assigned with at birth the gender that you currently identify with? Okay. Okay, great. So as you know, that means that you're cisgendered. Okay, great. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about with your gender is your sexuality. Now, a lot of people think that gender and sexuality are the same, but no, that's bi. That's wrong. It's bi. Okay. Now, how would you describe the sex of the kinds of people you find yourself, sexually attracted to? Okay, so you're a homosexual. That's great, new kid. I'm sure you can find another little girl who would be happy to be a lesbian with you. Oh, okay, so you're a homosexual. Well, that's great, new kid. You already have two homosexual classmates, Tweak and Craig. Okay, you should go talk to them if you ever need to talk about, being a homo. Okay. Now, how would you describe the sex of the kinds of people you find yourself, sexually attracted to? Neither. Okay. When you say neither, do you mean you aren't attracted to anyone? So you aren't attracted to boys and girls, but are you sexually attracted to individuals who present or identify as a non-binary gender? Okay, well, that's called being asexual. Okay, it just means you'll never be in a real relationship or in love, but that's all right. Is the gender that you were assigned with at birth the gender that you currently identify with? Okay. How many genders does your identity consist of? Is that gender binary? Okay. Okay, so is that one gender male or female? Okay, so that means you're a transgender girl. Okay, great. Okay, so that means you're a transgender boy. Great, good. Is the gender that you were assigned with at birth the gender that you currently identify with? Okay. How many genders does your identity consist of? Is that gender binary? Okay. Take your... Don't know. Okay. Do you feel as though you have a gender at all? Okay. Okay. Well, I guess not having a gender is what we call genderless. So we'll just go with that now. Okay, new kid? All right. Do you feel as though you have a gender at all? Okay. Okay, well, often someone who feels they have a gender, but not a gender that subscribes to conventional gender distinction, is referred to as a gender queer. Okay. Is the gender that you were assigned with at birth the gender that you currently identify with? Okay. Okay. How many genders does your identity consist of? Are these genders at odds with one another? Okay. So does this conflict of your genders run on a spectrum that varies in intensity of the genders? Or does it simply fluctuate between different genders of the same intensity? Okay. Have all day, but sooner. Okay, well, this variation in gender intensity indicates that you're something called gender flux. How many genders does your identity consist of? Okay, well, that means that you're what we refer to as trigender. How many genders does your identity consist of? Okay, and then are any of those genders static? Okay, that means you're demiflux. Okay, and then are any of those genders static? Okay, well it means you're gender fluid, of course. Now, how would you describe the sex of the kinds of people you find yourself, sexually attracted to? Okay, so, well, since you don't identify as binary gender, okay, being sexually attracted to folks that identify as or present as females means that you can be referred to what's referred to as gynosexual. Okay. Technically, okay, so since you don't identify as binary gender, okay, being sexually attracted to boys, males, means that you're what's referred to as androsexual, or attracted to those that identify and or present as male. Okay? Now, how would you describe the sex of the kinds of people you find yourself, sexually attracted to? All. Okay. Okay, are you attracted to both binary genders, male and female, or do you find multiple genders beyond the binary definitions attractive? Okay. Okay, well that means you're... Oh, you're bisexual. Of course, you're bisexual, you kid. Okay, do you find yourself sexually attracted to some genders or all genders? Polysexual, then. Okay. Pansexual, then. Okay.